Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Ajit Kumar. In this video, we will be going to discuss about resource meta argument available in the Terraform. So as you can see here, the definition meta argument can be used with any resource type to change the behavior of the resources. So we will use that meta argument available. These are the 5 meta argument we will be using in the lab, and we'll see what are the changes behavior of that resources. So let's back to this my VS Code, and we'll start with the depends on meta argument. So this is my project, and this is my depends on folder where I do have the configuration. So as you can see here, these are the configuration I do have, and this is the network configuration I do have. Okay, and first of all, I'm going to deploy this network interface virtual network, and this is subnet, and another is the public IP and the network interface. Okay, and this is my resource group folder. Okay, so what I'm going to deploy here, that whenever I'm going to run that one, the Terraform apply, it is going to deploy all the resources at a single time. Okay, so suppose I want to deploy this public IP later, the part of all the deployment. So what I will do here, I will go ahead and here I will use the depends on meta argument. So here first of all I will do, this is the block bracket, and I want to deploy this public IP later of this Azure RM virtual network first. So I will mention this virtual network and the local name. This is the one I want to give a comma, and also I want to deploy later this subnet. So I will control space and I will use this subnet as well. So this is Azure RM subnet and this local name, and we'll go to the terminal, and first of all I will go to this the project. So I will first go to this folder depends on meta argument folder, and this is the file. First I will run a Terraform init here. So waiting for initialize to be complete. So as you can see here, it is using 4.10.0, so which is the latest version, and it initialized the one. I will go and do the validation for our configuration. We'll check if any issue with that validation. So here I can see the public IP now. So I will go to the networking part first. So to throwing this error, I will remove this one first, and let's see if it is still having the issue. So I will go and do the validation again, and we'll see. Okay, now that was the error due to that network interface which we have added. So the validation got completed. Now I will go ahead and do the Terraform apply and auto approve, so that it won't ask me to approve that one. So this many of the resources is going to deploy, 5 of the resources. So we need to have watch this monitoring, watch this deployment only. Okay, so as we mentioned, for the public IP, it will going to deploy after that only this deployment. The public IP will be going to deploy after this virtual network and the subnet got created. So as you can see here, the resource group got created, this virtual network is got created. Now it is creating the subnet, and then only it is going to creating this public IP, as we mention this meta argument depends on meta argument accordingly, and then it is going to create this VM NIC, the network interface. So all these 5 dishes got deployed, and as we mentioned in the depends on, it is first deployed the VNet, then the subnet, and this is the subnet, and then only it is going to create the public IP. Now we are going to learn about this count meta argument. So this is my configuration which I already shared in the previous video previously. So this is my RG1. So normally what is going to happen, normally we are mentioning the resource group name and the location and the tagging whatever we want. So it is going to first deploy this resource group. Let me run that one. Okay, so first of all I will go ahead to this project first and to this count one, and this is my file. First of all I will run the Terraform to initialize that one. So waiting for initialization to be completed. So it is got completed. Let me do the validation, and it's validated successfully. So what I'm do, I will run that Terraform plan first. Okay, so to print the message, it will print the deployment, what is going to deploy. So as you can see here, it is going to deploy the name of this my resource group RG1. Okay, and the one it is going to add means this one resource group going to deploy. I will go ahead to this resource group configuration and will do some of the changes. So I have already written here on the name, so I will comment it out. So as you can see here, this is the RG name which I mentioned, and I use here the count.index. Okay, and here I will comment it out with this count. The count I have mentioned this 3, so it will be going to start with 0 1 2. So all the 3 resources will be going to deploy for this resource group, means this 3 resource group will going to start provisioning it. Let's see with this example. So let me going to run the Terraform validate first again after saving this file, and we'll run the Terraform plan to see this message. So as you can see here, as I mentioned, it is going to create the my RG0, my RG1 and my RG2. So what we have mentioned 3 count value. So it is going to start 0 1 and 2, and it will be create the 3 resources. The 3 resource group it is going to create. If I run Terraform apply, it will going to create this 3 of the resource group with this name. So this is the count argument, the count meta argument which we are mentioning to the resource group, the configuration to increase the count. So this is how the count meta argument is working. Now we are going to see this for each meta argument. So as you can see here, this is my configuration file which I already mentioned here, and this is my RG resource group configuration file. So this is the name which we are going to deploy, and this is the location, and this is the tagging value. So first of all I will go with the default value and we'll see. And first of all I will go to my project first, and this is for each sorry. So this is my file First of all, I will run the Terraform init here to initialize my directory. So waiting for initialization to be completed. So initialization got completed. Let me clear the screen, and I will run the Terraform plan first, so that it should print the message whatever we are going to deploy in this deployment. So as you can see here, it is showing that my RG1 and 1 to add means it will going to deploy this resource group. Okay, let's go back and do the changes in the resource group configuration file. So first of all, I will comment it out this name and as well the location. Okay, and here for that I open this for each meta argument. Okay, so let me first remove the comment so that I will explain you. So what we did earlier, we mentioned the name and the location. Okay, now for each meta argument I am going to provision the three resource group: app1, app1 rg, app2 rg, app3 rg, and it is going to deploy the different region. This is east to west to east to west, east to west to, and the west to west. Okay, so in the name, instead of mentioning the name, the my rg -1, I will use this each meta argument, each dot key hyphen rg. Okay, and for the location I will be using this each meta argument and the value. Okay, let me save this one and we'll go back and run the Terraform plan again, and we'll see what are the changes is going to happen. So as you can see here, as I mentioned, we are going to deploy, this is the app1 rg, and whatever the details we have mentioned here, the app1 rg, the app1, the each dot key, it is taken the value from the for this one -rg. Similarly it is going to deploy this one, the name, and the location, whatever we have mentioned for each of the resource group, it is highlighted here there. So for this one app1 rg, it is going to deploy in the east us location, and it is showing here the east west location. For the app2 rg, it is going to east west 2, and as you can see here, app2 rg, it is going to deploy in the east west 2 location. Similarly for the app3 rg, and it is going to west to west 2, and it is going to deploy in the west 2 location. So this is how this for each meta argument going to work. Now we are going to learn about the lifecycle meta argument. So this is my lifecycle meta argument, and in this one we do have, in the lifecycle itself, it's having a three of that different meta arguments. So this is the first one, the create before destroy. Okay, so this is my configuration file, whatever we have here, and this is, I will remove this one, this is not necessary, and then random string random as well, I'm going to remove this one. This is the network configuration. Okay, so as you can see here, the name, and this is the lifecycle meta argument, create before destroy. I have commented it out, I will later show you, and this is my resource group. Okay, so first of all I will go ahead to the terminal and will run that. So first of all I will go to the project, and so first of all I will go ahead and this is the file I do have, run the Terraform init initialization. So here what is we are going to perform. So here in this network configuration we do have this lifecycle meta argument. We have mentioned here the create before destroy. So first of all I will run the terraform plan, or we can run the terraform apply. First of all I will run the plan, and it's going to deploy the two of the resources. Let me clear the screen first. Terraform apply auto approve. So it is going to deploy that two of the resources. So this is the resources. First it will be going to create the resource group and the virtual network. Waiting for that to be provision in the real environment, and later we will do the changes in the configuration file, and we'll see how this create and before destroy meta argument is working. So as you can see here, the two got added, the two of the resources got created, the my RG and the VNet. Let's go back to my network configuration. Okay, and we'll see what are the changes we are going to perform here. So here in this section I will remove this one, means I am renaming remaining either we can use here the one only. Okay, so one I'm instituting of means earlier it was 2. I'm changing the VNet name from VNet 2 to 1. Okay, and now I'm applying this lifecycle meta argument. Okay, and this is the first condition of this lifecycle meta argument, create before destroy, and it is going to true. So what is happening, let me see here. So first of all, in the normal behavior, in the resource behavior, normally it is going to, whenever we are doing any of the changes, it is going to first destroy that one, and then only it will be going to create. But here it will be going to change the behavior, like first it will be going to create the resource, and then it will be going to destroy that existing one. So let me run that one, terraform plan, and we'll see what is the print message we are getting here. So as you can see here, sorry, I didn't save this one. Let me save this network configuration file and again run the terraform plan, and we'll see the message. So it refreshed this one, and as you can see here, it is first adding the file, creating the replacement, and then destroy. Okay, if we change let me comment it out first, this argument, this meta argument, and we'll see. Make the changes, I remove this one, I commented it out, this meta argument, and we'll see what is going to change, and you will know what are the differences. So as you can see, if I compare, first we run with this meta argument lifecycle. Okay, create before destroy. So at that time it is going to first create the replacement and then destroy. If I have removed this, means that meta argument, and after that, as you can see here, first it is going to destroy and then create the replacement. So this is how this create before destroy lifecycle meta argument is working. Now we are going to see this ignore changes lifecycle meta argument. So this is my folder. I will go to first to the terminal, and we'll see. we'll go to the project and we'll go to the folder. So this is my file. Okay, so this is my configuration. This is my configuration for this one, and this is my network one. So network configuration, this is my VNet 2, it is going to deploy, and this is the address spaces, and this is my resource group. Okay, so here this is the ignore changes meta argument I have mentioned here, but I will do it later. Okay, first of all I will go to the terminal and first run that deployment terraform init. Sorry, it is going to be init. Okay, to initialize that one, and later we will see whatever the changes we are going to perform in the ignore changes lifecycle meta argument, it is going to be happened. Okay, so initialization got complete. Let me run the validate to make sure everything looks good. Run the validation command and it also looks good. Let me clear the screen. Now I will go ahead and run the terraform apply command to provision the resources, and later we will enable some of the changes. So as you can see, this resource group and then network virtual network is going to deploy in the real environment. Okay, so wait for some time to provision this resources, and the resource group is going to start creating. Now it got created. Waiting for virtual network to be created, and it started creating this one, and also it got provision the virtual network. So now I will go ahead and to the Azure portal and do up some of the changes. So this is my Azure portal. First of all, I will go to the resource group and go to this my RG1 resource group and go to my virtual network. First of all, let me go to the configuration first, and this is my network.tf file, the configuration file. First of all, I will comment it out, this lifecycle meta argument. Okay, and this is the thing. So here what I'm saying here, the ignore changes this meta argument, and what is going to change, ignore the changes, the tags. So whatever the changes we will be going to perform outside the Terraform, it is going to ignore the changes. So that's why because we have mentioned the tag here, it will be going to ignore the changes whatever we made in the tags perspective. So I will go ahead and to this virtual network and go to the tagging, and I will go first with that plain manner. First I will comment it out and we'll see the differences first. Okay, so it will be very easy to understand. So let me save this one, and I will mention here the environment, or we can see here the application, and I will use here the save point and will apply this one to make the changes. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, it is added outside, we did in the manually from this Azure portal. Let me go to the terminal again and we'll see. So I will learn again the Terraform plan and we'll see what are the print messages we are getting here. It will be going to check that one and we'll see. So as you can see here, it is already mentioned there, this will be minus sign. As you can see here, the application which we manually added, okay, manually added, so it is going to delete that one. Okay, it is going to delete. If let me run the Terraform apply command, auto approve, and we'll see what is going to happen in the real environment. So as you can see here, the minus application, it is going to remove that name from the tagging value, whatever we have mentioned manually to the tagging in the Azure portal itself. So let it be completed and then we can check. So this is going to be changed. Let me go back and go to the this vnet again and refresh this page, and we'll see the tagging value. So as you can see here, whatever the tagging we added for the application and the SharePoint, it got removed because it is not tracked by the Terraform. Okay, so to remove that thing, to ignore this thing, we will use this ignore changes lifecycle meta argument. So I will go to the networking section and will comment it, remove this, comment it out, this lifecycle ignore changes, so that it will going to ignore whatever the tagging we are updating. Okay, and save this one. Now I will go ahead and again do the changes made here. I will add the tagging here, and the application I'm adding here, this SharePoint, and will save this one. Okay, so at this moment we have added this application, and the application name is SharePoint. Now I again back to this terminal. Okay, again back to the terminal, and first clear the screen. Let me run the Terraform plan and we'll see what is going to happen and what is it is planning for. So waiting for that to be planned. So as you can see here, earlier when we not using this ignore changes lifecycle meta argument, it was showing it was deleted that meta argument, I mean this tagging value. Okay, now we added this ignore changes meta argument in the networking section, as you can see here, for the tagging, and we manually added this tagging. Again after that, it is not detecting that, and it is saying no changes, your config infrastructure matches the configuration. So this is how this lifecycle ignore changes meta argument working. Now we are going to see the another one, the prevent destroy lifecycle meta argument. So let me first go to this terminal. This is my configuration file, and this is my network configuration. This is the lifecycle prevent destroy meta argument, which is currently committed out, and this is my resource group. First of all, I will go to the terminal and we'll run the Terraform initialize, and this is the one ignore sorry, this is the prevent one, destroy. Let me clear the screen, and first of all what we are going to first of all I will run the Terraform init command to initialize this directory. Now I will run the Terraform apply, and will add this auto approve, so that it is going to deploy this one. So it is going to deploy the virtual network along with this network. So as you can see here, the resource group and the network vnet will be going to deploy. So wait for that to be deployed. Now you can see there's a VNet and the resource group is going to deploy. Now I will go back and do the some changes in the network configuration network file. So here is the my lifecycle meta argument, and it is for the prevent destroy. So I will comment it out. What we have mentioned here, the prevent destroy for this virtual network. So whenever we are running the Terraform destroy command, it is not going to destroy this virtual network. Okay, it will be going to deploy all the resources available, but it will not going to destroy this virtual network. So let me run that command and we'll see what Terraform plan first. Terraform destroy only. Okay, and we'll see what are the messages we are getting here for the prevent destroy lifecycle meta argument. So here you can see clearly mentioning here the resource RM virtual network VNet has lifecycle.prevent destroy set, but the plan call for these resources to be destroyed. To avoid this error and continue with the plan, either disable lifecycle prevent destroy or reduce the scope of this plan using the target option. So as we mentioned here, the lifecycle prevent destroy argument we enabled, and then it is not going to delete this virtual network. Let me comment it out and we'll see if it is going to delete or not. So I have made the changes. Let me again run the Terraform destroy command and we'll see if we are getting this kind of error again or not. So here you can see instances cannot be destroyed. It was populating again earlier. Instance cannot be destroyed. Now we have commented it out. Now it is going to destroy both RG and the VNet, and it is not throwing any error what we faced earlier. Okay, instance cannot be destroyed. So this is how this, let me confirm that one. So this is how prevent destroy lifecycle meta argument is going to work. Talk about this provider meta argument. So as you can see here, this is my configuration file, and this is my configuration, this Terraform, and this is my provider. This is by default, this is the provider Azure RM, which we are normally defining. If we want to have like additional multiple provider you wants to add in your configuration file, we need to add this kind of features, like the features and additional providers we are mentioning here. This if you want to add multiple provider in your configuration file, mainly we are using this condition to enable the provider. So this is only the provider meta argument which we are talking about. Hope this video is really helpful to you to understand this resource meta argument in Terraform. Please hit like and subscribe button. Thank you so much.